a decision on if this is going to be an extended kind of situation, or if it's if it's a natural disaster kind of thing. Like say a big earthquake comes through Oklahoma, and it's just going to take it maybe a month for everything to calm down. I don't know. We're going to make our judgments, I say, period at a time. I say first few days we'll go day by day, and then after a week, then we'll be doing week to week, and then till we get up to a month, and then we're going to make plans for the next month. And but everything they talked about in the movie is already established in our area. Now, we don't have all of the three-man militias to cover all of that stuff. We don't, not yet. But like I say, as people are coming into our area, they will be assigned different chores. And like I say, if they don't like doing this stuff, there's going to be other chores they can do. So like I say, if you don't like doing any of this stuff, hey, like I say, we have a road that's going through. You can get on the road and go on down the road. That's okay too. But like I say, anybody that's going to be in our area will have responsibilities. And that's something that you could see in the movie. The wife, the son was getting bored, and then when you get bored, you tend to think stupid stuff. You will not be bored in our community, that is for sure. And we will be taking care of everybody just right off the bat. If we don't have the housing, I hope these people will have RVs. Again, what I was talking about in some of my videos, I talked about getting some kind of relationship with somebody in a smaller community. What would be even nicer than to park your RV there and pay them so much a month and park your RV there. And this way you've already have something started. And next thing you know, you can say, hey, can I bring some freeze-dried food, canned goods and stuff like that? Put them in my RV, and if y'all need it, then y'all have it. Hey, sounds like you're making a relationship to me. Okay, now these are all things that are going to be opening the door for you. In other words, when you come into our community and then you think, well, you're going to stay in our community, and then you say, well, my name is Joe Blow, they got my trailer and food and guns and stuff we've already brought down. Well, hey, you're welcome in our community. Why? You've already established some kind of relationship with somebody in the community. And then now, if you've got skills when you're coming into our community and you brought skills with you, even better yet, skills and the tools needed to make those skills work, that's even better. Kind of like what I've been doing. I've told you I did leather work. Okay, so I got leather work. I got all the tools I need to do leather work. Let's see, sharpening. I sharpen things. So I've got all the tools for sharpening things, axes and sickles, and just whatever the kind of tools that we're going to be using. What a coincidence. And a matter of fact, this last trip when I was up in the United States, I got myself precision tools. I got all the tools I need to do precision work. In other words, I can start taking electronics apart. I don't know if I could take a watch apart. I'm gonna need some practice on that. But what I'm saying is I have the tools to do precision work. Now all I need is some experience, and like I say, you notice everything that I mentioned, the leather, the sharpening, and the precision. I can do that kind of work pretty much all day long. Now, I don't think, I'm 66 years old. I don't think I can dig holes, but I don't think I could dig holes every day, day in, day out. I couldn't do like that. So I've managed to make myself useful with other skills. And I had someone made a comment to me, and they were in the medical field. Now they're retired and all this stuff, and they're worried about, well, you know, what are us, the old elderly people, you know, what are we supposed to do, you know? Well, like I told them, I'm considered elderly to a lot of people. So, but I've got things that could make me useful. Turned out this person was in medical, and so then they retired out of the medical field. Well, right there, it's nice to have the knowledge, but they need the materials to make their knowledge work. And trying to find all the medicine, they won't be able to. But studying herbs, learning herbs, and getting all the stuff you need for basic first aid. You know, I say try to find iodine now. You know, iodine's not all that easy to find, and iodine's really good to do first aid. So there are things that person can do to make them an asset. And like I say, they could come into our community pretty easily. Say, well, you know, I'm medically trained, and then they open up the trunk of their car and they got all kinds of cool stuff. Well, you know, that's kind of a way to open a door, you know. And how much currency do they have? You're catching the idea about currency. But there is a place for currency. That's why I talk about gold and silver. That's why I still use gold and silver. A matter of fact, I did some, I call it negotiating. Remember I told you, one of the things I do for negotiating is I negotiate before I need to really do the negotiating. And the thing is, once I get hard up and then I need to negotiate, well then, you know, I'll give you everything I have. Okay, so if I can do the negotiating early on before, then, and what ends up, I've made relationships. One was a guy into real estate, and I used silver. And I mean, it's not enough to buy a house, but he would give me a place to live, you know. So, and see, in other words, I've negotiated something before I even need it. I don't need a place to live, you know. So I mean, I already got a place, but I say, in an emergency, I know I've got a place, and I just got it for some silver. And then another guy was the same thing, you know. He's ex-fireman, and what I did, I got him a miniature fireman axe. So, you know, so, and what, right there, same thing. Both of them, I've got a place to stay. They're going to feed me and take care of me. So, you know, hey, you know, I've already negotiated the stuff out already. What I did was worked on a relationship, and there's different ways of doing it, and it doesn't take a lot of money. And really, when it comes to money like cash, it takes none to build a relationship. You build a relationship, you don't use it on money. When you need money to build a relationship, you just built a business relationship is what you did. And that's not the same as what I'm talking about. So there are things you can do, and you need to do it now. You need to do it ahead of time. And I say, everything on the movie, none of that applies to me, except every time I go back to the United States or come back to Guatemala, I go through what they go through right there. The roadblocks, having to get stuff, either water. It's funny because I thought it was funny when he said 2 days in the the desert, because I drive 3 days in the desert, and I'm always praying hard I don't have no breakdown, because I don't know what I'm going to do with a breakdown, my car full of stuff, and it breaks down in the desert. You know, I mean, that's going to be a tough one. That's one thing I haven't had the experience in. But if I knew I was going through this type of a situation, I won't have a bunch of stuff in my car. Matter of fact, I won't even need my car. All I need is my little thumper working tool. And like I say, I'm even thinking about the next time I go back, I'm gonna, down here I have plenty of time. In the United States, my time is demanded. I mean, a lot of people want to talk, and I want to talk to them. I don't get a chance to talk to anybody down here. Down here, I get a chance to work on my skills, to learn things, because I don't have anybody to talk to, so I learn a lot. And but I thought it'd be nice if I could leave my tools down there, or up in the United States, so then when I get there, I already have all my tools. But right now, what I do is I haul my tools with me back and forth. And I could lose them. Like I say, if my car breaks down, I could lose everything right there. And I know what I want to do is I just get on a bus. There's buses all over the place. And I can just catch a bus and go, and I just abandon my car and all my stuff. And like I say, my stuff represents my skills. So, but I can replace my stuff. So I could do it, and I would do it before I would go through everything that they went through. You know, I wouldn't be going through all that. And but you need to be thinking about this stuff now. And I say, especially if you're in a city. I mean, if I lived in the city and was watching that movie, it had to make my stomach upset bad. But I say, I've made videos talking about how you work your way out of the city. But it takes a lot of skill. It's going to take practice, and that's what they were saying. The ones that can last a long time are the smarter ones. The dumber ones didn't quite make it. I thought it was nice that they never, and you hear me say on my videos, some will perish. It's a nice way of saying they're going to get killed or die, you know. So, but I say they didn't mention too much on that. But I say I was surprised that the family made it all the way to Idaho. I mean, they didn't show all the stuff. Like I say, for me going to the United States, I don't show you all of the blocks, the traffic stops that I go through, and the searches. Trying to find food. I don't show you all these things because video making at that time is not on my priority list. And I don't really want to say I'm unarmed when I'm going there, but people can tell I am not a tourist. They can tell I'm not from here, but I'm not a tourist. I don't dress like a tourist. I don't act like a tourist. But they know that I'm sure not there. And then when I don't speak the language, I mean, it's for sure. So I have to stay ready to do what I have to do in case somebody has to perish. But in our community, we have got it laid out day to day. We know what we're going to do. We know who is going to be in charge of this particular kind of thing. And then they might pass it off to somebody else. But in other words, like I was talking about the camp manager, he knows we need security. This guy, go take care of the security. You know, and then, okay, we know the people are going to be needing water. They don't need it now, but they will be. So they should already have their bathtubs full of water, all their containers full of water. They should already have all that. But we're going to need water. So we got still have water running. How can we store some water? And you go fill the water. Get that taken care of. and logistics. I thought it was funny when they were talking about they went to the industrial park thing, and that's where the food was and stuff like that. That's what I talk about, logistics. We need to know who it is that knows where to go to get what we need. And so he will know, and now we need to know who is going to go with you with the vehicles to pick up the stuff. And what are you going to need to get this stuff? I mean, it's the same thing. We're not looking for something for nothing. We are not. Remember, this is a barter system. You don't look for something for nothing. And many things are going to be valuable, more valuable than what you would think. And so you need to figure out, when the logistics guy needs to know where and what we're going to need to get this particular kind of stuff. He needs to have the people that can go with him to make sure you're not robbed, either going or coming. And we need to build relationships to the other communities around us. We already have, you saw it said public relations was on the three-man militia. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's public relations is how to get along with others. And at the same time, if there is TV cameras and stuff like that, those are the people that will be talking to the cameras. We don't want every dork around here talking to the camera. I mean, what would you think if the cameras go over and start talking to the guy that's digging the graves? You see what I'm saying? And so we'll have public relations to handle that, and they'll know how to talk and who to talk to in other communities. They'll be working with the logistics people to what do we need? Well, I know so-and-so's over in another community, and they've got plenty of that stuff, and then that's what we're going to be. So what do they need that we need to get over there? Well, let me get on the ham radio and talk to them and find out exactly what their needs are, so we can get them taken care of. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have already laid the groundwork on all this stuff. And so day to day, we will be staying ahead of the needs of our community. And we will get cooperation from everybody, because we're going to have the same thing. We have public relations. We'll be talking to the people in the community and making sure they understand what our goals are, keep everybody informed, and they have a strong part in this community, and we need them. They need to work with us on this kind of stuff. We need their input. We're going to need the input of everybody. Let's start working together now. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.